Good morning, good afternoon, oh good evening, college football fans around the world. It is the DOUG here for his College Bowl Game predictions for the 2013-2014 season. Now, the bowl season starts December 21st, which is next Saturday. All the games have been set and decided. And I'm going to pick every bowl game. This is gonna be a while, and I'm probably gonna mispronounce almost half of almost of every fucking bowl game, or the teams in it, because half these teams I've never fucking heard of. But let's start with the first bowl game, the New Mexico Bowl. It is Washington State taking on Colorado State. I'm gonna take Colorado State on this one. You know, I had to look up their seasons, and I just looking how Colorado State did. I was more impressed with them. You know, granted, I know Washington State is from the Pac-12, but I didn't buy into Washington State's schedule or the stats from this year, so I'll go with Colorado. Next, the Royal Purple Las Vegas Bowl. What the fuck is with have these fucking bowl names? Seriously. Fresno State takes on USC. I'm going to take Fresno State in an upset here, because I think that USC is going to be favored by a lot of the bookies. But I think Fresno State, there's a reason a lot of people would have considered Fresno State a favorite to at least be in a better bowl game if they did not lose and went 11-1. So Fresno State, there's something to build on. Win this bowl game. Next year, look for better things to come. Next, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Yeah. Why the fuck do we have a bowl game for a fucking potato? What the fuck do they win in this bowl game? The winner gets a giant fucking golden potato? What the fuck? It's going to be Buffalo versus San Diego State. I am taking Buffalo on this one. Buffalo's definitely the better team, at least to me. So yeah, go Buffalo. Woohoo! Next. By the way, this is the last one on December 21st. The R plus L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Yeah, El Lafayette is the home team for representing the Sun Belt Division. And then you have, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that, you got the Green Wave. Whoopee. I'm taking Lafayette on this one. Moving on. I know nothing about those two schools, so yeah, I'm not even going to pretend I do. Next, in the Beef O'Brady Bowl, St. Petersburg, which this one and all these games coming up will be on the 23rd, will be on weird dates because now they're not going to be fucking matched. East Carolina takes on Ohio. I am taking East Carolina to win this one. Definitely the better team overall, and that game is on December 23rd. Next, on December 24th, we have the Hawaii Bowl. Hawaii, oh Hawaii. As it's Boise State taking on Oregon State. I am taking Boise State to win this one. Definitely the better team. But how have they fallen from being a lot of people consider them to be a BCS title contender to now, well, yeah. Now it's Fresno State. How things change in the world of sports, friends. Next, in the Little Caesars Bowl, Pittsburgh takes on Bowling Green. I'm going to take Bowling Green in an upset here. I think Pittsburgh's probably going to be favored just because of who they are. They're the ACC. I know the MAC does not get a lot of respect, but I think Bowling Green will get some respect for the MAC with a win in the Little Caesars Bowl, which you can watch December 26th. Also on December 26th, we also had the SD County Credit Union Bowl. Really? What the? This is another one of those bowl games. There's so many of these bowl games that I see, and I'm like, why the fuck does this have a bowl game? Why? Anyway, it's Utah State taking on North Illinois. I'm taking North Illinois on this one. Better team. Next, Military Bowl. It is Marshall taking on Maryland. I'm taking the Maryland Terrapins on this one. It's my mom's team. Marshall, I was impressed with what you've done this year. It's very hard to pick against Marshall. You know, they're always the sentimental favorite and everything, I believe, which there's nothing wrong with that. I always pick Marshall to win most of their games, excluding when they play Maryland or Notre Dame. When that happens, yeah, I ain't picking Marshall. This was one of those cases. I think this would be one of the games as well that would be a dark horse great game. I don't think a lot of people are going to watch it just because of who's playing it, but I think it should be good. Hopefully. By the way, that one will be on December 27th. Also on December 27th, we have the Texas Bowl, featuring two teams who are not from Texas. That should be the first requirement for the Texas Bowl. You have to have it. It has to be teams from Texas. Let's have some fucking sense here, okay? It's Syracuse taking on Minnesota. I'm taking Minnesota. Syracuse has been terrible this year. So, Minnesota. Next, the Fight Hunger Bowl. It's called that because the loser of this game will not be able to eat for the next 6 months. It is BYU taking on Washington. I'm taking BYU. I buy into their system. Haven't seen a lot of the Washington games to make me know who the fuck they are. And that's me being honest. Next, in the new era Pinstripe Bowl, better known as it's going to be played in Bronx, New York, yeah. It would be Rutgers taking on my Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. And we fight. And you know who I'm picking. I'm picking my Fighting Irish here, man. Go Notre Dame. Next in the Bleak Bowl, which I have no idea what the fuck that is. I don't even know what bleak is. I'm sure there's going to be somebody commenting right now going, oh, bleak is blah, 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 blah. I don't care. It's Cincinnati taking on the Tar Heels. I'm taking Cincinnati. Moving on. The Russell Athletic Bowl. This one at least makes a little sense. It's the Miami, Florida Hurricanes taking on Louisville. I'm taking Louisville because Miami, after looking so good, fell face first on their ass. Which was funny. Next, in the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. So I'm presuming, since it's the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, that the winner gets a year of free food from Buffalo Wild Wings. Let the farting begin. It would be Michigan taking on Kansas State. I'm taking Michigan. Kansas State, last year they were looking good. This year, they failed. So Michigan. Next, in the Bell Helicopter Armed Forces Bowl, Middle Tennessee takes on Navy. I'm taking Navy. Moving on. In the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl, it's Ole Miss taking on Georgia Tech. I'm taking Georgia Tech on this one. Ole Miss has been a decent team this year, but I think Georgia Tech, both have the same record. I just think Georgia Tech looks better to me. Next, in the Alamo Bowl, Oregon takes on Texas. Texas Longhorns. I'm taking the Ducks. Quack, quack. Go Ducks on that one, apparently. Next, in the National University Holiday Bowl. Yay! It's Arizona State taking on Texas Tech. I'm taking Arizona State. Definitely the better team the way the season's gone. Next, in the V100 Bowl, which I have never fucking heard of, so it must either be new. I usually don't give a shit. It's Arizona versus Boston College. I'm going to take Boston College on this one. Next, in the Sun Bowl, it is Virginia Tech taking on UCLA. I'm going to make all my friends hate me on Facebook. I'm taking UCLA. I'm not a Tech fan. Anytime I can... But why? Because the 4 times I fucking picked Tech to win, they all fucking lost. So fuck it. If Tech wins because I picked UCLA, you're welcome. Taking UCLA. Next, in the Auto Zone. Get in the zone. Auto Zone. Liberty Bowl. It is Rice taking on Mississippi State. I'm taking Rice. Next, in the Chick-fil-A Bowl, Duke takes on Texas A&M. Well, the winner will get a year's supply of Chick-fil-A food. Yay! I'm going to take Duke on this one. Duke, I think, is a surprising team this year. Because, believe it or not, Duke now has actually something to talk about besides college basketball. So congratulations to Duke. I do believe the Duke head coach should be coach of the year in college football. And I'm sure there's going to be some dumbass who's going to say, no, it should be Auburn and Florida State. Fuck you. Okay, it should be Duke because, I'm sorry, no one on God's green earth had Duke being 10-3 and being ranked in the top 25. Nobody did. I'm thinking Duke, Texas A&M have been disappointing. Next, speaking of two disappointing teams in the Gator Bowl, it is Nebraska taking on Georgia. I'm taking Georgia. And Nebraska, yeah, I don't care. Next, the Heart of Dallas Bowl. UNLV takes on North Texas. I'm taking North Texas. Next, in the Outback Bowl, where the winner gets a year's supply of Outback food. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's Iowa taking on LSU. I'm taking LSU on this one. Definitely the better team on paper. Next, in the Capital One Bowl, Wisconsin versus South Carolina. I'm taking South Carolina Gamecocks in this one. I actually like the body of work this year. You know, yes, they do have 2 losses. But I actually think South Carolina could be one of those teams next year that could be a surprise. Which, if it's them, hey, that'd be nice. Because I kind of like South Carolina. They're not a bad team. I just don't think they get respected because of powerhouses like Alabama, Auburn, and all that. Apparently, Texas A&M, you know, South Carolina did better than Texas A&M. Next, in the Rose Bowl, Stanford takes on Michigan State. I am taking Stanford on this one. I bought into the Stanford walk all season long. I'm going to continue to do that. I would take Stanford. Next, in the Fiesta Bowl, yeah. UCF, I almost wanted to say UFC, will take on Baylor. This is interesting to me. UCF, I don't think a lot of people have watched any of their games to know who the fuck they are. And that's me being polite. Seriously, that's me being polite. I don't think half the people in this country know who the fuck UCF is. I don't, and that's me being honest. I'm gonna take Baylor on this one. You know, if I was able to watch more of UFC's body of work, I probably would have took them, but I gotta go with Baylor. Now, the next one, the All-State Sugar Bowl. Oklahoma takes on Alabama. You know, I gotta seriously ask this. How the fuck this happened? How the fuck did these two get in there? Seriously. Even though I know Alabama's probably going to win this, I'm going to take Oklahoma just for shits and fucking giggles. I ain't picking Alabama. Fuck that. Alabama to me is like the New York Yankees and the Miami Heat. Never pick them unless you fucking have to. This is one of those times. I'm not picking them. Fuck them. Fuckity fuck them. Next. Oklahoma State takes on Missouri. I'm taking Missouri to win in the Cotton Bowl. Brought to you by AT&T. So that means we'll probably have drop coverage throughout the game. I'll let you make your own joke now. Yeah, I'm taking Missouri on this one. I think after Oklahoma State's debacle against Oklahoma, the heart don't care no more. Next, the Orange Bowl. Clemson takes on Ohio State. I'm taking the Buckeyes on this one. Ohio, you could have been in the BCS title game, but you blew it, brother. You blew it. And now you got to play Clemson, you dumb some bitches. So Ohio State is my pick. Next, in the Compass Bowl. Why the fuck do we got a game named for Compass? It's Vanderbilt taking on Houston. I'm taking Houston because I can. And the GoDaddy Bowl. Please, God, let Candace Michelle please come out in nothing. It will be Ball State taking on Arkansas State. I'm taking Ball State because they're ballin'. And last and certainly not least, in the BCS National Championship. The last one decided by that fucking computer. Before we get to the playoff system, and that's when they're just going to pick all SEC teams, even if a said SEC team has 5 fucking losses, because they're not, because of the SEC. Yeah, you can already tell I'm looking forward to next season, can't you? And the reason I say that's because, here's the funny thing. If the playoff system started this year, it would be Florida State taking on Auburn, because I'm sure it would be 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4 seed. On the other side, it'd be Alabama and Michigan State. Yeah. We all know who would win those games, folks. Now, but this is only on one game. Winner does not have to worry about another team, thank God. It is Florida State, the undefeated team, taking on Auburn, the Cinderella of the SEC. Auburn, I will give you this. You have surprised a lot of people this year being the Cinderella team, and I know my buddy Gator, he is probably taking Auburn here. I think now apparently I must have been the only one who wanted to see Ohio State and Florida State because I didn't want to deal with an SEC team in the title game again. But apparently I did not get my wish because everybody else wanted to see an SEC team. I don't know why. Could have been Worcester, could have been Alabama again, which would have been no one fucking watches. Which I will not be watching this bowl game, this year. I don't care about either team. I really don't. This is one of those weird situations where I don't care who the fuck wins. Kind of like with John Cena and Randy Orton this Sunday at TLC. I don't give a damn. That's how I feel about this one. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. So doobity-doobity-doobity-doo, who cares? I think Florida State, even though they are the undefeated, I think they're going to be considered the underdog just because they're playing the school from the SEC. I think I'm going to take Florida State on this one. I think this would be the game where Florida State shows the ACC can be just as good as the SEC. I think Florida State, I think this is going to be a great game, but I think the problem is, I think a lot of people are going to be going in there expecting the SEC, in this case Auburn, to just go in there and put up 100 fucking points on them because they're the SEC. So I'm taking Florida State. I would just like to see the SEC fans cry. I already know they cried when Alabama got eliminated. I'd like to see them cry one more time. Please let that happen. Let them cry one more time. And those are my bowl picks for the 2013-2014 season. Yeah. Sorry for leaning back in the chair. I'm sure you probably couldn't see my face, but hey, that's a good thing because I look like Daniel Bryan right now. Anyway, those are my picks for the bowl games. Let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree? Until next time, I am out of here. Woo!